Remember when Google first unveiled this high-tech gadget?
Just getting on now. Which carriage?
Google Indian takeaway.
Google Glass, the much-hyped computerized eyewear, was supposed to be the way of the future, according to the company, but it's going back to the drawing board for a major rethink. Google has announced it's sidelining the project. Jeannie Lee is here with more on that. So what is Google going to do with this concept?
Well, first, Andrew, it's going to shuffle the team that is behind the project, just shuffle them over to something else. But the Explorers program that brought this whole thing to market will be shut down. So it looks like what Google is trying to do is get a fresh start here. It says it's still committed to this idea of smart glasses, but admits that the specific Google Glass product really isn't salvageable partly because it took so many knocks early on. And you remember some of these where the idea, yes, to keep a screen in front of your face at all times sounds like it should work because we're all just staring at screens all day all long anyway, right? But somehow early adopters were quick to say, this really doesn't work that well. It's not all that useful. And they just never seem cool. Kind of like how, some Bluetooth users started to get laughed at, and you roll your eyes at Bluetooth users, some people do. Same kind of reaction for Google Glass users. So the big problem, though, really was the camera. Because, yes, while you were looking at the screen, you were also recording what other people were doing in front of you, and people just aren't cool with that at all, and that's probably the worst problem with Google Glass.
So, but I guess there's a pretty big scrap heap of tech flops out there, right?
Oh, well, the thing is, there's so many ideas. Some of them actually get made, and then most of them, really don't make it. And we're about to show you just a few. You may remember this one. The Virtual Boy looks a bit like Google Glass, and the idea was that you could play 3D games in it. It looks a little weird, but yes, Nintendo admitted that, yes, this was a commercial failure, but that it did help it develop later 3D games. So maybe not all is lost with Google Glass. Maybe some of the knowledge will be useful in other applications. And do you remember this, the Newton Message Pad? Not many people do.
I don't.
It was brought out in 1993, and the idea was it's supposed to organize your life. Personal digital assistant was what it was supposed to be. But there was an episode of The Simpsons that mocked it mercilessly, so that was the end of that, really. And then the Flowbee. Do you remember the Flowbee?
No.
Attach this Flowbee to a vacuum cleaner, and that just raises your hair up just at the right length to cut it, right? So I don't know. You can still find this on Amazon.ca at an astounding $173.
That's
and
ridiculous.
They claim that there's 1 million satisfied users, and I actually got some reaction on Twitter saying, hey, that's no flop. Come on,
Really?
Yeah, so I guess it has fans.
Okay. Any fans of stocks today?
Yes, really, because take a look, 250-point advance on the TSX Composite. A lot of those battered energy shares in particular getting picked up. And a lot of this is because the International Energy Agency said that maybe the end is near for the bottom in oil prices. And we'll see that being reflected in the next page when we see that oil traded at $48.37, up $2.12. So maybe taking heart that the worst may be over in this decline for oil.
All right. Thanks, Jeannie.
You're welcome.